All right. It's a wonderful, beautiful Tuesday afternoon, and you're welcome to the spiciest page on the airways, Alaska Spice TV. And my name is Harry. I guess I'm here because I know that you have been waiting to hear from me all these past days, based on the update of the ongoing Africa Cup of Nations being hosted by Ivory Coast and another West African country that is actually in the semi-final, miraculously in the semi-final. It's going to be a wonderful cracker starting from tomorrow as Nigeria takes on South Africa. Nigeria is playing South Africa in the semi-final of the 2023 edition of the Africa Cup of Nations. It's coming to many as a surprise, and I'm one of those who are surprised to actually see South Africa being in the semi-final of this competition, because the Bafana has not really end up to be in the semi-final at this stage since the last time they hosted it in 1996, and they won it in 1996, and they haven't been doing well so far in the continent tournament, the most and the prestigious tournament of the Africa Cup of Nations. But so far, I give it credit to the Bafana because they've been, I mean, no one predicted the South Africa team coming out doing well as much as they've done so far in the tournament, and unbelievably, Bafana of South Africa are in the semi-final of the Ivory Coast 2023 Africa Cup of Nations sponsored by Total Energies. Wow, it's amazing. It's amazing. Then on the other hand of the Super Eagles of Nigeria, actually this is the first time I've seen that even the football writers and everything actually wrote Nigeria off of this tournament. No one expected them to stay this long to this semi-final, and when they won the match against Angola by 2 goals actually scored, but one was disallowed, and it became a 1-goal win over Angola in the quarter-final, getting into the semi-final. Then hopes are getting high, but Nigeria has been in the mood of what the economies actually look like right now, and they are not really showing much of interest in the Africa Cup of Nations, except until yesterday when South Africa defeated Nigeria in the Grammy. I don't talk about Grammy, but I feel like I need to bring that because since Nigeria lost none of Nigeria artists won in the Grammy, they are taking the verse. I mean, they want to verse their anger now on the South Africans when they play in the Nations Cup tomorrow, the Wednesday, the 7th of February 2024, there in Ivory Coast in West Africa. So let's look at it before we just make a quick rush over what's happening. Let's look at how the team played in the quarterfinal. In the quarterfinal, we saw a very dramatic game. I was expecting Cape Verde to meet Nigeria in the semi-final, but beautifully, South Africa stepped up and they did well, and they overcame the Cape Verde beautifully, and they won that game clean and fair. And kudos to the South African team, the Bafana. They have been the only team in this current let's consider South Africa as one of the big dogs of African football. So they've done well as one of the big dogs that actually produce more than 9 African home-based players in this tournament, unlike so many other big teams that they had foreign players from more than 10 or thereabout that are actually participating in the ongoing tournament. So South Africa, they are actually doing well, and I believe that they're going to come very hard against Nigeria, where they take on the Super Eagles of Nigeria tomorrow in Ivory Coast. And the time for the match will be 12 a.m. Cambodia time. That will be 6 p.m. in West Africa time. I hope you stick to it, and Alaska Spice TV will bring you some update while the match is going on. And the second match of the day will be Ivory Coast taking on DR Congo. Wow, did you see the celebration in the street of London when DR Congo qualified to get to the semi-final? It was an explosive. If you haven't seen those videos, go check it out on Alaska Spice TV much later. The Ivorians, actually, for me, they are the wonders of this tournament, because having started so poorly, no one predicted the Ivorian team coming all the way to semi-final. But now they're in semi-final. The country is in a different mood. Big and kudos to the legend himself. No other person. It's not just an Ivory Coast legend, but an African legend, Didier Drogba. DJ Drogba went to address the players and reminded them of the task ahead, that if they don't get to win Senegal, that Senegal has never won against Ivory Coast in the history of the Africa Cup of Nations. And he brought back the magic that has been missing in the Ivory Coast team, and they defeated the Senegal in getting to the semi-final. Welcome to semi-final. My name is Harry, and you're welcome to ALASCOSPICETV. No time to tell time. I just want to give us a big follow-up on what is coming up on the semi-final. The head-to-head statistics between Nigeria and South Africa. The head-to-head statistics between Ivory Coast and as well as DR Congo. So far the head-to-head, the Ivory Coast and DR Congo, they have met in 15 matches dating back since 1960. And the Ivory Coast have always been the top over DR Congo. DR Congo, in the past 16 matches that they've been played, DR Congo has not won more than, I mean, Ivory Coast won 6 of those matches, and compared to 5 games that have been drawn, they win 6 of the 15 matches and draw 5. You understand? So 6 and 5, that is 11, and the other way goes, and the other statistics goes on the way of Congo. So DR Congo met with the elephants of Ivory Coast, and Ivory Coast won them 6 times and drew 5 times, and the result go the other way to DR Congo, and they will be playing each other again this week on the semi-final, getting to the final. The winner between Nigeria and South Africa will get to play the winner between Ivory Coast and DR Congo. And this semi-final is completely different from all the semi-finals in the past 2 editions. There are new people in the semi-final today. Nigeria have not been in semi-final since 2013 when they won it in South Africa. And DR Congo, oh my God, I don't even know what to say about them. Ivory Coast have not really been doing well, except when Nigeria defeated them in the same stage some years ago in 2013. So now let's look at the statistics between the Super Eagles of Nigeria and the Bafana Bafana of South Africa. Bafana Bafana and Super Eagles of Nigeria, they have in the history of the tournament, the Africa Cup of Nations, they have met 7 times in the history of the tournament. And in that, I mean, they've been, I don't know, not just 7 times they've met. Nigeria currently come out on top when it comes to head-to-head performance, having won. That means they have played. That will be yes. So the Super Eagles have played 30 games against 50 games against the Bafana Bafana of South Africa, and Nigeria won 7 of those 15 games and drew 5 games. That would be 13, while the South Africans won just 2 against the Super Eagles of Nigeria. I repeat that again. The Super Eagles of Nigeria have played against the Bafana Bafana of South Africa, and while the Super Eagles have won 7 games of that encounter and drew 5 against Bafana Bafana. Meanwhile, Bafana Bafana went away with 2 wins against the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Tomorrow, Wednesday, on the 7th, they will be taking on the Super Eagles of Nigeria in the semi-final, the first match of the semi-final of the ongoing AFCON in Ivory Coast 2023. Who is it going to be? Who do you see winning the the most anticipating Nigeria versus South Africa in the semi-final? This is really going to be an explosive game, and no one, I don't think that I have any right prediction to actually share with you right now, but it's going to be a very interesting match. It's going to be energy soaking. It's going to be very entertaining. It's going to be something that the continent has been missing. You know, when it comes to the continent football, no bias, but the African football tournament, I mean the CAF, Africa Cup of Nations, it comes with different dimensions, and the kind of football and the energy, the fans. Oh my God, have you been seeing the videos that has been coming out of Ivory Coast since this drama have started, from the group stage to the round of 16 to the quarterfinal, and now in semi-final, and the host nation are dreaming being in the final against the winner between Nigeria and South Africa. It's going to be really explosive between Wednesday and Thursday of this week, and then the final is going to be on Sunday. Who do you think is going to get to the final? This is so I'm getting emotional. There's a goosebump all over me, and it's something that I'm looking forward to. This Sunday is going to be the final of the Africa Cup of Nations. Who do you expect? Who do you predict that's going to be the winner? And which country are going to be the two finalists, clashing, sweating, garnishing teeth, and doing all they can to get to the final winner? Well, just so you know, for some of us who may not be aware, the winner of this year edition of Africa Cup of Nations get to go home with $7 million US, which is $2 million in addition to the previous edition. The last one held in Cameroon, won by the winner at that time. I don't remember right now. I'm so nervous. Yeah. Anyway, the Senegal won it last time. Yes, that's correct. Senegal won it last time in Yaoundé, and they won it, and the star prize was $5 million. And a lot of people were saying that how come a prestigious tournament in Africa gets to be just a $5 million. So 2 years after, here we are again, and the cup prize has been up with $2 million. So it's no longer $5 million, it's now $7 million, and that's what the winner takes home. And there are prizes from those who qualify from the group stages into the round of 16 that they went home with about 800,000 or 800 something like that. So $800,000 for each of the team and the group stages, and those who made it from round of 19 to the quarterfinal went home with 1.2 million, 1.3 million, and some. It depends. Meanwhile, the winner of this, the runner-up for this year edition, is going to go home with the star prize of the previous star prize for Senegal. Is going to be for the runner-up. So that's a good thing for CAF, and they do it well. We hope that in the next 2 years they will have more sponsorship, and that the amount for the star winner should be more than at least $10 million for Africa. So that should be something commendable then. So I just want to give a big shout out to CAF for increasing the star prize from 5 million previous 2 years, and this year it's now 7 million. So Nigeria, South Africa, DRO Congo, Ivory Coast, who is going to go home with $7 million at the end of this tournament come Sunday? Let us know in your prediction. And in another way, let's move around to the highest goal scorer of this tournament. So far, a lot of goals has been coming in, but I just want to give us the people who are on the top of the list on the table for the race for the Golden Boot winner for 2023 edition of the Ivory Coast 2023 Africa Cup of Nations. My name is Harry. Talk I live, no time to tell time. You're still on to ALASCOSPICETV, the spiciest page on the airways, and I'm reaching you live from the beautiful continent of Asia. Phnom Penh, Cambodia to be exact, in Southeast Asia. If you're new to this channel, thank you for supporting me, and you're welcome to this channel if it's your first time. And for those who have been supporting, I welcome you, and I thank you for all your amazing support and love. I love all the comments, I love all the critiques. Let's get it going, but let's be very constructive in criticizing one another. I love football because football is a game of love, it's a game of unity, and I'm really unbiasedly rooting for the Super Eagles to get to the victory spot, to win the 7 millions. And it's not just about the money, why I want the Super Eagles to win this edition. All with due respect to Ivory Coast, South Africa, and DRO Congo, I feel that we're in the right place to win this Nations Cup, and it will bring and it will mean a lot to our Nigerians. It will mean a lot to all Nigerians home and abroad, because we need something that can bring Nigerians together. So I think it's fair if I say South Africans, please allow us to get to the final, so we can dream between the winner and the winner between Ivory Coast and DRO Congo, that we will have luck on our side to get a win over whoever that will emerge as the winner of the semi-finals between DRO Congo and Ivory Coast. Ivory Coast are really dreaming, because things just turn around for them, and who knows, but whichever way, whoever wins between the two of them, Nigeria is going to conquer. So let's look at the top scorer. As you already know, the top scorers we've had so far is 5 goals. All right, 5 goals so far. So we have 4, we have 3, and let's look at the previous top scorer of this Africa Cup of Nations. The last edition that was held in Yaoundé, Cameroon, and the top scorer emerged as one of my African player and one of my African favorite striker in currently. It's no other person but Cameroonian player, fantastic humble guy, somebody who came from nowhere and is rising, and there are so many people who are really fighting the progress of this guy. I think it's just jealousy. And anyway, this is African football, and I'm going to keep speaking on that aspect of when a young man from no background is rising, we should let them rise peacefully. And this is one of the things I know that is affecting Cameroonian football. Big shout out to Samuel Eto'o, one of the most decorated African footballer of our time, who is now the current president of their FA and is doing a lot. And big shout out to Rigobert Song, and he's the present national team coach. And there is a news on the internet since yesterday, yet to be verified. So please don't take this word from me, but there is a rumor that Rigobert Song will maybe any moment from now his contract is going to expire by next few weeks, and they are not willing to extend his contract to be the head coach of the Cameroonian national team under Rigobert Song. To be quite honest with you there, my wonderful viewers, Rigobert Song has not lived up to expectation, because leaving Chupolo, who will be a major instrument to Cameroon performance in this 2023 edition of the Africa Cup of Nations, was a very terrible mistake, and I hope that he's learning from it. And then injury, I think maybe he probably rely on Vincent Abubakar to deliver the goals, who later got injured, and I brought to you here earlier that he was excluded from the club and the squad list, and later was added to it, and I also reported to you here. So ladies and gentlemen, still the leading scorer from the previous edition held in Yaoundé, Cameroon, West Africa. Though by paper they say they are Central African Republic, but whichever way, that's not the contest here. Vincent Abubakar is still leading with 8 goals, and this year edition of the Africa Cup of Nations, no one has come to that level yet. And the top scorer of this tournament is no other person but Emiliano Esu. Emiliano Esu is another surprise player that no one expected to see, and he's done a lot for his country before disappearing. Not that he disappeared. Actually, what happened is that they got eliminated from the semi-final of the round of 16 of the Africa Cup of Nations. No one expected that Equatorial Guinea was just going to lose to Guinea Conakry. All right, a lot of people confused when I say Guinea. So we know that, like my friend Barry, we always get angry when I say Guinea Conakry, just like to say that Abuja, Nigeria. But it's okay to say Guinea Conakry for the sake of identification, and no offense to my Guinean followers and fans out there. Big shout out to you. You are highly recognized. So far, Emiliano still remains the top scorer of this year edition of Africa Cup of Nations. My name is Harry. In case you are joining me, this is ALASCOSPICETV. We talk and leave no time to tell time. The top scorer of this year edition of Africa Cup of Nations, still Emiliano Esu, who's got 5 goals to his name, and nobody is here to achieve that feat yet. And we have 4 goals to Gelsin Dala, Mustafa and Mohammed of Egypt, and these are the third. And the goal number 3 is Nigeria, Ademola Lukman, Algeria, Badma Dolisti, Guinea, Mohamed Bayo, Mali, Sina Yoko, Burkina Faso, Benin Traore, and Angola, Mobulu Pasinians. 2 goals to Ghana, Ghana brother Jordan Ayew. South Africa, Timorite, we are still in the tournament. Probably they're going to get more goals. And with wonderful Cameroonian player Lamine Camara, Cape Verde Mendes Gachar, and Ghanaians Mohamed Kudus. These are people who have put their names on this score list. We saw the game against Angola, where Vitor Osimhen, who's here to record a goal on his name, did perfectly well by netting a goal, which was later disallowed. So Vitor Osimhen is here to record a goal for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Do you think he's going to get one in this semi-final against South Africa? Who knows? Anything can happen. This is football. This is why we love it. Let's keep supporting the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Let's also not forget we are one Africa. No matter what, after the game, we still remain one Africa. There should be always unity. And from the aspect of the Super Eagles, there's a warning coming from the High Commissioner of the Nigerian Embassy in South Africa, sending a warning to Nigerians in South Africa to take it easy and to be very civil if peradventure at the end of the day the match between the South Africa and Nigeria end up in favor of the Super Eagles of Nigeria, the Nigerians in South Africa are advised to not be too elaborating and making too much of noise while celebrating the victory of the Super Eagles in South Africa. Why? Because we know the story of the South Africans and things might get out of hand, but we advise that Nigerians in South Africa should take it easy in celebrating, you know, for your own safety. Be wise and be civil, and also so that people back home will not have to cry over you. My name is Harry. Thank you for staying tuned with me today, and it's been wonderful. It's been very beautiful. So a big shout out to all of you out there who keep supporting me. I love you guys and I appreciate your support, and I'll be looking forward to a wonderful 2024 where a lot of new content even after the African Cup of Nations. After the final, I'm going to do one more video, as I promised that I will do 3 videos in the African Cup of Nations. I've done one. This is the second one, and I'm going to do the last one after the final game. So trying to get it lined up. Meanwhile, it's the final stage of the ALASCOSPICETV coverage of the Africa Cup of Nations update, and I'm reaching you live, and this is where we draw the curtain. And let us know in the comment section who do you think are going to be the finalists and who is going to be the winner and the runner-up of Africa Cup of Nations. Talk and leave, no time to tell time. Peace.